Have you ever heard a story so incredible it sounds like a myth? A small band of warriors facing an empire. A stand so defiant it echoed through eternity. Today, we journey back almost 2,500 years to a narrow mountain pass called Thermopylae. This isn't just the story of 300 Spartans. It's the story of courage, sacrifice, and a few thousand Greeks who dared to defy the most powerful empire on earth. The year is 480 BC. The Persian Empire, ruled by King Xerxes, the self-proclaimed King of Kings, stretches from India to Egypt. It is the largest empire the ancient world has ever seen. Xerxes is determined to avenge his father Darius's humiliation at Marathon 10 years earlier. To do it, he raises an army so vast that ancient sources claim it numbered in the millions. Modern historians believe it was closer to 200,000. Still an unstoppable tide. This army would march on Greece, burning cities, enslaving nations, and demanding the world kneel before Persia. In Greece, the city-states are anything but united. Athens and Sparta are rivals. Thebes, Corinth, and others fight their own petty wars. But when the Persian tide approaches, they realize, divided, they will die. So they form a fragile alliance under Spartan leadership. The strategy is simple. Don't face Persia in open ground. Use the land, narrow the battlefield, turn Xerxes' numbers against him. The perfect place? A narrow pass called Thermopylae. The Hot Gates, named for its steaming sulfur springs, a mountain on one side, the sea on the other. In some spots, only a handful of men could stand shoulder to shoulder. It was here that freedom would make it stand. Command of the defense falls to King Leonidas of Sparta, a seasoned warrior, not a young hero, but a king who knows what must be done. The Oracle of Delphi had given him a grim prophecy. Either a Spartan king must die, or Sparta itself will fall. Leonidas chooses to die. He selects 300 of his best warriors, not just any soldiers, but fathers, each with a living son to carry on their name. They march north to Thermopylae, joined by around 7,000 other Greeks from Thespiae, Thebes, and other allies. Together they repair an old wall, the Phocian Wall, and prepare for the storm. Soon, the horizon darkens. The Persian army arrives, a sea of men, armor, and banners that stretches as far as the eye can see. Xerxes watches from his golden throne, expecting the Greeks to flee. Instead, his scouts report something bizarre. The Spartans are calmly combing their hair, stretching, and polishing their armor. A confused Xerxes asks why. A defector explains, when Spartans prepare to die, they prepare their hair. For 4 days, Xerxes waits. On the 5th day, furious, he orders the attack. The Persian waves crash against the wall of bronze and discipline. The Greeks fight shoulder to shoulder in the phalanx, shields locked, spears thrusting in unison. The narrow pass cancels out the Persian advantage in numbers. Wave after wave of Medes and Scythians charge and break. Bodies pile high. The ground becomes slick with blood and mud. Frustrated, Xerxes unleashes his elite troops, the Immortals, 10,000 hand-picked warriors whose ranks were never allowed to fall below their sacred number. But even the Immortals die at Thermopylae. From his throne, Xerxes rises 3 times in disbelief as his men fall. The first day ends in total Persian failure. On the second day, the Persians attack again, and again they are thrown back. The Greeks feign retreat, luring the Persians in, then turn suddenly and cut them down. It seems the Hot Gates will never fall, until betrayal opens a new path. A local Greek named Ephialtes betrays his homeland, revealing a hidden goat trail that winds around the mountain. Under cover of darkness, Persian troops climb the path. At dawn, Leonidas learns the truth. They are surrounded. He calls his council. He could retreat and save his men. But retreat is not a Spartan word. He dismisses most of the allies, ordering them to fall back and fight another day. But 700 Thespians refuse to leave. They choose to die beside the Spartans. Together, 1,000 men face the end. They fight until their spears splinter, their swords break, and they are fighting with their hands and teeth. Leonidas falls. His men recover his body again and again. Finally, surrounded on a small hill, the last defenders fight beneath a storm of arrows until the sky itself goes dark. The Persians take the pass, but at a terrible cost. 20,000 dead. An emperor humiliated. The sacrifice of the 300 and their allies buys Greece precious time. Months later, at Salamis, the Greek navy destroys the Persian fleet, and Xerxes retreats, his empire shaken. On the hill where they fell, a stone bears a simple inscription. Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie. The hot gates may have fallen, but freedom stood firm, drawn forever into history. Thank you for joining me in this retelling of the Battle of Thermopylae. If this story inspired you, leave a like, subscribe, and tell me which battle you'd like to see drawn next. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and remember, simple lines, complex wars.